Hello, I'm Phil Ryan. I'm a London-based singer-songwriter. And what I've decided to do is create a basic beginner's guide to songwriting. And this is chapter 1. As we go through this 7-part series, I'm going to show you how to create a basic song. And it's up to you then to develop all the ideas and things moving forwards as a songwriter. Now, I can't remember everything I'm going to tell you, so to help me, I've got some notes stuck right next to me. Now, I believe anyone can write a song, and I really do believe that. Because what is a song? A song is a story set to music. A word I want you to get into your head right from the get-go is structure. I want narrative. Now, what do these words mean? Structure. The song should follow a structure. Classically, it is verse, chorus, middle 8, chorus and out. Now, I'm not going to keep using lots of technical words or too much technical stuff because I think that's a bit pointless. What I am going to tell you though, a verse is what? A descriptive series of lines that tell me kind of what the song's about. A chorus is the bit I remember and I repeat. Another technical word, hook, line, or top line, the kind of musical bit or the words I remember and I repeat. So when somebody says, how does that song go? You know, da, da, da. Ah, that's it. So there's that structure I talked about. Verse, chorus, middle 8. A middle 8 is effectively 8 bars. We're not going to get into whole music theory, but a brief section where it slightly changes in the middle or towards the end of the song, and then the last chorus comes in and pow, we've got the big grand finale finish. Now, as I say that, I'm now going to turn it on its head because there are no rules. You don't have to do verse, chorus, middle 8, chorus and out. You don't. It could be just a series of verses. A lot of dance and R&B stuff just repeats lines 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Why? Because that's what the audience loves to sing to and they want to dance to and just repeat the same line. Now, there is a golden rule, and that is you've got to reach out and touch me. That's, to me, the golden rule. Some kind of emotion where I do connect with the song. And remember, your lyrics don't have to be super deep. They can sometimes be very affecting and touching, but sometimes they can be, I will have a party. Let's go out and dance. Not particularly deep, but if you want to go out and have a party and have a dance, it's a song you want to hear and you want to sing along to. So back to my notes over here. I really talk about getting a template. We do that in life, don't we? We get websites and things, and they give us a basic template to work from. So what my little basic guide to songwriting is about is how can we create a template that you, the musician, will eventually get used to using as a way of creating your music. Now, I'm an acoustic guitarist, okay? I play guitar. You may be a pianist, a keyboard player, you may use on computers, loops, etc. However you create your music, structure, get that right, and now we've got a basic structure of a song. So the template idea that I'm trying to get into your head right now is what you're going to gain watching every one of these episodes. So to help me create a kind of structure and a template, I'm going to use a song that I wrote. Now, I've chosen this particular song for a very important reason. One, it's got over 600,000 streams on Spotify, which tells me it's a song that people like. Otherwise, they wouldn't be listening to it in hundreds of thousands. Two, it's a song that's sort of personal to me, but the actual lyric and the words of the song seem to touch emotions in lots of people. In fact, so much so that many people use this song that I've written as the first dance at their wedding. And that's a pretty powerful thing to choose a song for that very important day, which makes me very proud. Now, I'm going to pause and have my tea here. Jay's getting used to me spinning around and drinking my tea. Now, again, as we go through, I'm a guitarist. I'm going to use a capo. If you're a guitarist, you're probably familiar with these things because it just changes the way the guitar sounds. It just makes me going up and down keys. We're going to talk about tricks and things we can do to influence the music as we go through the series. So the first line, I'm not going to give you a performance. That's actually on Lucky 7. You can actually look at a proper performance. In fact, I'm playing it acoustically and vocally. the version I did was with the Prague Philharmonic Orchestra, so that's a 50-piece orchestra, and that was like a big deal. This is just me at about 11:30 drinking my tea with Jay, trying to get this song to you. So here we go. So don't expect great vocal performance. We set out on this journey, baby, you and me, facing life together as we go. And it ain't always easy, the road ain't always clear. Then you take my hand and say you won't let go. So what was that? That was an emotional start to a love song. We set out on this journey, baby, you and me, facing life together as we go. And it ain't always easy, and the road ain't always clear, but you take my hand and say you won't let go. So emotionally, I'm saying to somebody, because of you, I can get through this journey of life. And there's the verse, remember that story set to music. But now I'm going to come into the chorus, the hook, that earworm, the German word earworm, like little worms singing in my ear. And here's the chorus. As we grow old, this love won't fade. We're just one soul, we're unafraid. Let the stars go out, the sun grow cold, I'll keep on loving you as we grow old. And of course that's the bit the audience will sing along with, if I get it right, during the concerts that I do. But there's that top line, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da. And those chords that I've used will repeat all the way through the song. You're going to hear them in the verse, you're going to hear them in the chorus, and where they change a little bit is in that middle eight. Remember I said that middle eight, that different bit? So this is going back to my template. But again, the golden rule of no rules is that you may not want to do a standard verse, chorus type song. But let's start with that. We can move on to other fancy versions later. But let's start on this little chapter 1. Let's use that as our first attempt to create a song. So I'm not going to talk technical stuff and start going into beats per minute and all that in a complicated way, but I will tell it to you so you understand the structure. Now, another word for you is narrative. What's the narrative of the song? Is it about love? Is it about broken heart? I hate my job. I want to go to a party. You have to create that emotion in those words and that music and communicate it to me. That's the job of you, the songwriter. Now again, on my notes, I've put stuff like, it's not technical, but you get whisper to a scream, you know, where you get a song that's very light and then suddenly gets really loud. All of this dynamics, there's another word. By the way, these words I throw out, we're going to have a long list that I want you to write down and you just keep referencing them. Remember, the template. So the next bit is quite interesting, I think. Inspiration. People say, Phil, where do you get the inspiration for your songs? From everywhere. From Netflix, from watching a movie, from reading poetry. I don't read tons of poetry, but I read some modern poetry books. I don't steal their lines, but they might make something happen within me. And I go, oh wow, that makes me feel like this. And I've got a really good line idea. Could be that hook line, that top line. It might be the line that inspires most of the song. And an interesting one for you. I was at a bus stop and I was waiting for the bus and some bloke talking to his girlfriend said, "You're some kind of wonderful." And it just struck me. I just heard this guy. And instead of actually catching the bus, so good for my exercise, I walked home 15 minutes. But that line, "some kind of wonderful," was in my head. So I got my phone out and sang into my phone, which I do a lot, which I look like a crazy guy. I don't care, because I got the idea into the phone. And this is the chorus I wrote, and eventually the whole song. Again, on Lucky 7, look on the other side of the channel. You can see me performing these songs. So remember the guy said, "Some kind of wonderful." Some kind of wonderful, it's what you are now. Some kind of beautiful, some kind of star, some kind of heaven now. at least to me. Oh, you're my kind of wonderful, I believe. So there's my top line, my hook line, etc. Now, as you're watching me do that, you're thinking, well, Phil, this is interesting, but your genre is not my genre, because I'm a kind of Americana, country soul kind of singing sort of guy. You might be a completely different genre. That's actually irrelevant. A song is a song. No matter how it's produced up, whether it's an R&B or it's drum and bass or it's heavy metal or funk or reggae, it doesn't matter. The structure, the words, the narrative, the emotion, how you then turn it into your genre, that's your lookout. That's your job to do as a songwriter. Again, to repeat myself, and I do that a lot, I'm sorry, I've got to do it. I need to give you that template. Then you can create the world of music that you want to communicate to other people and to me. So, find your voice. Yeah, you're going to do what I do. Artists I like, I kind of try and write a bit like them, but I try and write like me. I don't copy them, but I'm in that genre. And here's a really big buzzword for your head right now. Belief. Believe in what you do. Don't let other people, oh, that's not good, I don't like it. Don't care. Believe that you can do just as good as anybody else. Why? Because you can. Nobody has the right to say that's bad music, that's terrible music. They have the right to say it, but it's just an opinion. So always keep the faith in what you do. And practice makes perfect. My favourite analogy? I couldn't drive. I wasn't born learning to drive, I had to get lessons. In a way, I'm like your driving instructor. I'm just a songwriting driving instructor, trying to show you where the gears and the chords and the lyrics, that's what I'm here to do in this course. Now, back to that thing about lyrics. We talked about inspiration, Netflix, poetry, hearing people, whatever. Stuff that emotionally touches you. Remember this, if you feel it, I probably feel it too. And if you communicate it right to me, it touches me. It makes me happy, sad, I want to dance, etc. So it's all about the power of belief in what you're writing, and most people feel the same. We all want somewhere to live, someone to love us, some money, a couple of quid, a car, a holiday. We're not that different as humans. We really aren't. And you as a songwriter are going to tell the world how you feel about something. And you know what? They're going to probably agree with you. Now, what is the point of creating a song? Is it to make money? Is it to make yourself happy? I mean, I like to get paid. I've got to pay the bills, but I also just love writing and I love music, and I want you to really get used to that. Never feel, oh God, this is difficult, I can't get there. You will. Keep the faith. If you've got an instrument, the more you practice, the better you get. So don't get lazy, push yourself, push yourself. So hopefully that set us up for the opening part of what songwriting is all about. And I'm going to leave you with this kind of concept. What works as a song? What works as a songwriter? Well, it's a story that is going to connect with me. And again, back to those buzzwords, the narrative of the story, the lyric idea, the words that you say that reach out and really emotionally touch me. The structure, that hook line, that top line, these basic things of a creation of a song that let you communicate to me. So write some of this stuff down. It's going to be up on the screen every now and again. And as we go through the series, I'm going to say these things again and again. And I want you to start thinking, I have a template. Just because you've never written a song before, by the end of this course, you will be writing songs. And it's really down to you and the belief you have. And of course, that joy. I need to really get you to think about that. There's a joy. 1 minute I have a blank piece of paper. Next minute I have a song. Some people write a song in 5 minutes. Some people spend months changing lines. If you look at some of the great writers or the great artists, they sometimes write in groups. There's 6 or 7 people in one song. You often thought, well, what do they each do? But they all each bring something to it. You might like to try that. Once you get a little bit more confident, write with other people. So the art to being a songwriter is belief and wanting to. And the fact that you're watching me telling you this tells me you've got that belief. So I'm going to leave you with this rather simple statement. You have to believe that you can write songs. And I'm telling you, you can. It's about you now looking at the rules without rules, looking at the structure and making a decision. I'm going to communicate with the world. Whether you want to write songs that become million-selling hits or just songs you play to your friends, that's really irrelevant, because you are about to start on the road to becoming a songwriter.